Well, hey guys, we made it up to Baltimore. I had Derek from the food boat join me, and we got up to get you guys some images and some video, and try to take in what's going on up there at the former site of the Francis Scott Key Bridge, now collapsed across the bow of the Dali. It was to get there and see it in person was first. It's jaw dropping to see, and we started getting some video, and we started to discuss some of the issues that is going to be faced here on the job.
Now, I'm just going to throw this scenario out. Let's say that in the course of this collapse, you've got a beam that fell down on top of another beam, okay? And it's sitting there like this. And you don't know exactly what you're cutting. You cut the bottom beam that's supporting this piece that's on the top, and you've got two more casualties as divers get trapped in that debris and it comes above. That's how tedious this job is going to be, and that's how complicated it is. All that coordination has to be made through sonar crews looking at images, those images being made available to engineers who make suggestions and tell guys where the load is and where this needs to be cut. Maybe there's a lifting point. They actually have to weld onto some of that steel before they can lift it. That information has to be transferred to the dive teams and to the salvers. The crane operator is going to have to know how much load to put on that particular piece of debris when it's being loaded, so it doesn't spring up and hurt somebody. There's a lot of coordination just to pick up one piece of that. So I want you guys to understand the scope of what's going on. There are a lot of moving pieces and parts in the operation. And it is not as simple as what some people think might be.
Now, we were set up over at the Fort Smallwood Park. This is in Pasadena, just south of the bridge site, and this is part of the Anne Arundel County Park System. Thanks go out to Kevin, Heath, Jason, the entire staff at that make up that county park system. Those guys really went out of their way to help us out, help us with our drone permits and necessary film permits that we needed. And we saw while we were there, the Miller environmental folks were on site collecting some of the debris that had washed up on the beach in front of where we were filming. Some of these guys had just been assembled for this task the night before. Part of the company getting up and mobilized, and they had been working several different sites that day, collecting debris that had washed up in the areas through the Unified Command's hotline. They have a debris hotline at their website, Key Bridge Response 2024 on the internet, and you can go in there and make contact with the group, and they will, if there's any debris, they'll send the team out, and these guys are taking it and collecting the debris. Now, while we're also there, we saw additional resources being poured onto the site. We counted 3 different tugs pulling different barges of different sizes into the site and getting those assets into position for the teams to do what they need to do with them, probably for support equipment that needs to be out there or debris. Not sure, but we're seeing a lot of different tugs and equipment moving in. A huge surprise for me, and I want to say thanks to Alfred Montanair, Derek from the food boat, put this thing together with Alfred. Alfred showed up with all his equipment, his long-range stuff, and those guys helped me completely. Also, some locals here, Ralph Driscoll. He is a subscriber to the channel. Actually lives 4.5 miles away from the site. Ralph was really helpful in helping us understand the lay of the land and getting set up. And of course, I can't say enough about Derek and Alfred. The images that you guys are seeing, they're totally because of the involvement I had with these guys. Well, hey, that's it for the report from Baltimore. We got more to come. You guys, thanks for being a part of the channel. If you haven't done it, check out Alfred's site and Derek's site at the Food Boat. And just, hey, let those guys know you appreciate what they're doing for me. It was awesome. Well, hey, that's all we got for today. Thanks again. Hit the subscribe button. Leave us some comments. Most of all, you guys stay safe out there.